Welcome to WNL Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. This week we'll speak with men's tennis coach David Detwiler and baseball captain Will Salley. But first, a quick look back at the weekend in Washington and Lee athletics. Xander Tallman became the first men's track and field athlete to represent Washington and Lee at the NCAA Indoor Championships in 22 years, competing in the 400-meter dash at Grinnell College. Men's lacrosse dropped a 12-11 thriller to Franklin of Marshall at St. Paul School in Maryland, while women's lacrosse fell 19-3 to fifth-ranked Salisbury, and women's tennis scored an 8-1 ODAC win over Hollins. And baseball went 2-1 on the weekend, splitting a conference doubleheader at Roanoke and rallying to beat Albertus Magnus 3-2 at home on Sunday. I'm joined now by men's tennis coach David Detwiler. David, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Give us a quick evaluation of the season so far for Washington and Lee.
So far, we started out, we have a pretty tough schedule with playing Johns Hopkins and Claremont and Redlands. It's been tough the first few weeks of the year. We're doing well in the conference, undefeated in the conference, no surprise there, and looking forward to some really tough competition this weekend with Case Western and Mary Washington.
Get back to those matches in a moment, but looking ahead to next week, you've got two of your biggest ODAC contests back-to-back, traveling to Bridgewater and Hampton-Sydney. What are the keys for the Generals against teams like the Eagles and the Tigers?
I think the key for us in both of those matches is to get off to a good start. We have a lot of senior leadership. We have Hayden White, who's a junior, playing #1, and he's been really strong for us all year. Bridgewater has a very good team. They have great experience, a great new coach there that's been Coach of the Year in the NCAA, so I expect they'll be actually tougher than Hampton-Sydney. So we just need to, go up there and just play really hard and do our best.
You mentioned earlier those two big non-conference matches this week in Case Western on Saturday and the Mary Washington Sunday. How important are those two contests for the Generals?
I think those matches will sort of let us know where we stand in the NCAA as far as preparing for the tournament. Case Western's, I believe they're ranked about 17 in the country, and Mary Washington's had some big wins over some schools out in California. And both of those matches, I think they'll be hard fought, and hopefully we'll prevail in those matches, being both here at home.
When we had Hayden White on the show a few weeks ago, we talked about how much veteran experience there is on the Washington and Lee team. 6 seniors, 2 juniors on the roster. What's the coaching dynamic like for a team like that?
Well, we have, those seniors have really matured over their 4 years. They have a lot of experience. They have a lot of other distractions as well, so that makes it difficult as trying to find jobs and things like that, and staying focused on tennis. But they've done a great job. It's been a great senior class, and Hayden being a junior, and then we also have 3 freshmen in the top 6. So we're looking forward to years to come.
David, thanks for joining us. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you, Jeremy.
I'm joined now by Will Salley, junior baseball captain from Augusta, Georgia. Will, thanks for being here.
Sir.
Washington and Lee is 7-8 overall, but you've won 7 of your last 10. You had a big win on Tuesday over Stevenson. The team's batting and pitching numbers overall are very good. Do you feel like the Generals are in good shape for the second half of the year?
I think we are, and I think we're looking good for the second half of the season. We weren't hitting very well for the first half of what we've done so far, and since the pitching has been pretty much consistent, now that we have the bats going, we've won 7 of our last 10, and I look to win 7 or more of our next 10.
You came to Washington and Lee as a catcher, and you've caught a couple of games this season, but mostly we've seen you out in right field. Talk about that transition from behind the plate to the outfield.
Well, it's been really different. I caught all 4 years of high school. I've caught the first 2 years here. And I've gone from touching the ball every pitch to touching the ball maybe 2 or 3 times a game. So I'm learning more about it every game, and I'm taking it one by one.
Washington and Lee already has 2 walk-off wins this season. You rallied in the 8th inning to beat Albertus Magnus on Sunday. How confident is the team in close games? How important will that be as you get into the heart of the conference schedule?
Well, we'd rather not be in those situations if we can help it. Now that we're finally starting to hit the ball, maybe we won't be. But if we are in that situation, we're confident in each other's abilities, and the coaches are confident in our team, and we think we can get the job done.
What are the keys for WNL to have another successful season in the ODAC?
Well, early in the season when we were losing, we weren't fielding, pitching, and hitting all in the same game. And now that if we can do that, if we can continue to do that, then we will have we have a talented enough team so that we're going to win a lot of games, and I look forward to winning a lot of ODAC games this season.
Will, thanks for joining us. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
It's time now for a look at the upcoming weekend. Men's tennis starts off a busy Saturday by taking on Case Western Reserve at 8 a.m. The track and field teams open up their outdoor season at the Lynchburg Open. Baseball plays host to Guilford for an ODAC doubleheader, and both lacrosse teams are at home as well. The men take on conference rival Hampton-Sydney, with the women squaring off against Catholic. Baseball steps out of conference play on Sunday for a game against Tufts, and men's tennis will battle Mary Washington. For WNL Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.